Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. Wow, it's been a while. I think probably 5 to 6 weeks of no content from me. I have been away. I have been traveling and taken some much needed me space, and it's been amazing. So, had an amazing trip away. I'm not going to talk about that today though, but I will touch on it in a different video because I just want to share some of my lessons, some of the enlightening aspects that I had on the trip, and some of the ways that I moved through some energy while I was away. So anyway, we'll do that for a different day. Today I have a really important message that I want to get across to everybody. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. Now, I'm going to put this up here. Trigger warning is coming your way for some of you, not for everybody, but depends which energy you're in and where you're resonating. But this is a big one and it's really important. Your masculine does not want a relationship with you. And I know some of you, that's going to just cut deep, it's going to hit here. But it's bigger than this. It's deeper. They want more. Trust me, they want more than a relationship with you. And when we're talking about relationship, we're talking about how we define a relationship as it currently stands in this consciousness on this planet. Your masculine shuts down the word relationship. They close it off. They run away from it. They're like, nah. They do a fab job at that for the most part. You know, they shut it down. I do not want a relationship with you. How many of you have heard that one? But yet they keep bouncing in and out. Anyway, they don't want a relationship with you. Not the real masculine anyway. Always remember this, and it's very hard to wrap your head around this when you are still in the egoic structure, you're still in the mind, and you're still seeing them as separate to you. You see, you are not separate to your masculine. You are the beautiful twin flame, and this is about you coming into your beingness, about you resonating that you're the twin, that you are it, and everything else is just a beautiful reflection. What does the masculine want? Let me tell you this. What they want is so much deeper than a relationship. They want to unify back in 3D in soul. That's what your masculine wants. That's what they're pushing you towards, whether that's in the physical or in the spiritual realm. They want to unify with your soul. They want to connect with your soul. They don't want to connect with your egoic structure. They don't want to connect with your fears. They want to connect with your soul. This is the reunification of the soul on this planet in 3D. And it's a very high frequency. And all that lower frequency, which by the way is based on conditions, expectations, that is the current template for relationships. It is not the template for this. And so this is why they ghost, they block, they silence, they are responding and pushing you back to yourself. Now, they're doing it subconsciously. They are not aware, okay? Some might be, but the most part, they are not. They are in fear-based energy because there's so much fear-based energy within the field. There's the spiritual masculine, which is you, by the way, is reflecting through that body, and it's going to push you back to yourself. It's going to push you back to the denied parts of yourself so that you can come back to the true being of who you are, which is soul, which is balanced energy, which is beautiful, balanced masculine and feminine energy, not this distortion that we've been living through. So let me just say that again. The masculine does not want a relationship with you. They want you to come into inner union. It's not really a they, but the spiritual masculine wants you to come into inner union, into your goddess energy, into your beautiful divine being that you are. Not the one that's out there seeking, chasing, in needy energy, in wanting energy. You know, that might fly in a soulmate connection. And even that's going to shift down the track. But for now, you need to take the relationship off the table. When you take the relationship off the table, you take so much with it. Let me tell you what you take. And it's energy I'm talking about here. You take away the wanting energy, the needing energy, that I need something outside of myself energy, and it pushes you back to yourself. It pushes you back to you, to realize you are your own bloody galaxy. And in your galaxy, when you're in your galaxy or in your lane or in your own frame, however you want to word it for you, everything, when you're in that beautiful balanced energy, everything gets magnetized in, okay, including the masculine, so long as you can hold that frequency. They won't remain with you while the frequency is still in and out, and it's okay. It's part of the process. They come back in to help shift you even more into your frequency. I read a quote yesterday, and I don't have it in front of me, so just bear with me. This journey is always a spiral, right? It's a forward-moving spiral journey, whether you want to put your spiral this way or however way you want to put the spiral. We dip in the spiral. We dip and we clear out. And it feels uncomfortable. We think we're going backwards, but you're not. You're dipping to clear, and then you move further up the spiral. And then you might be in a beautiful energy for a while, and then soul's going to go, hey, there's this. I'm going to draw in the masculine, or I'm going to show you through other people, through other, through other experiences, that there's stuff here that needs to get cleared. So you're going to spiral and go down that dip again, but you're not going to go as far as the last dip, and then you will spiral up. And eventually that spiral evens out. And you're just balancing, you're releasing. And that's what the masculine is trying to push you towards, is to this beautiful balanced energy where you're not throwing your toys out, you're not lashing about, you're not looking outside of yourself for all your answers. Your measure is not the masculine. It's not anything else other than your beautiful energy, and you will know, okay? This is where you need to get your measure. Now, it's often seen on comments, we've all been there. I've been working on this journey for years, Kathleen, and I'm doing really well, but they're still not showing up. It's been 2 years, because where's your intention? You're looking for that outside of yourself. And, I've really seen some common trends on this journey, so I want to touch on this as well. This is the 2 trends that I've seen. I've seen people in this horrible high masculine energy, right? That was me. Just protective mode, this shell. I was so cold, disconnected from myself. Didn't know I was, but I was, right? So what I was projecting out was this disconnected woman. And, I was reactive. Absolutely, I was reactive. Versus the beaten down feminine. Now, I'm not talking gender here, I'm just talking energy, the beaten down feminine. So let me give you 2 examples. So for me, I had this big protective shield up. It was my way of coping. I was in such high masculine energy that it's really been tough to chip away at that bloody wall, right? You're like peeling brick by brick by brick. What did I say to somebody yesterday, including the barbed wire and the electric fence that was smack on top of it? I was chipping away, and all the little bits of cement in between each brick, and to scrape it out. I didn't realize how heavy and how thick that energetic wall was. It was just a protective shell, so my world did not fall apart. And so how it came across was that I was controlling, that I was shut down. I honestly, I didn't even know how to connect in. I really didn't. I could connect with people, but I couldn't connect in with me, which means I was connecting with people to a point, but because I didn't really know myself at that soul level, I couldn't hold space for myself. And now I've just peeled those layers back so beautifully. I say beautifully now, it was not It was not. That now I get it. And so what I see in the people that have got that real high masculine energy is they get deathly silence for quite long periods from the masculine. Sometimes a couple of years, it could be longer. Depends how much work you're doing. The other part that I see is the broken down feminine. So they don't typically have that big masculine, like, F you, get out of my space energy. They have the real broken down. And so what they need is more masculine to prop them up, to stabilize them, to anchor them. Whereas the ones with that big masculine will need to break that down and really come into their feminine energy. And often what I've seen is they balance really well in the 3D with their masculine because they're not in the egoic structure. They actually don't feel worthy. Even though the masculine's the one that's shut it down, they don't feel worthy of them anyway. How can they treat me this way? I'm not worthy, because they've been so beaten down in their life. And then you get the other spectrum of this where it's like ego, lashing out, blaming, how dare you treat me like this, all this kind of stuff, right? Whereas they're not doing that. They are like, I'm so broken, I'm not worthy. And they're two really different energies. So you may or may not resonate with that. But what I'm really excited about, and I'm happy to share this, and I know she won't mind, while I've been away, I've had someone else doing coaching for me, and she's done a phenomenal job, and she is literally the yin and yang to me, because she brings that other aspect, whereas I'm the one that's had to chip away at my masculine. So I've sort of helped bring her masculine in, and she's balanced, and she's just, oh my God, she's just in this stunning energy and believes in herself. She's got that worth back now. She's not beaten down. Whereas she's really helped me really step more into flow and into my feminine energy. And this is what people do. So she's going to continue doing work with me. Well, not with me, alongside of me with beautiful souls. She just has a very different, she comes from a different energy to me. And it's a really lovely balance. Anyway, so that's just something that I wanted to share. But I guess the point being here, and this is a really powerful message, if you can take that relationship, that word relationship, because let's be honest, what comes with the relationship is expectations. When we're saying it's been 10 years and they're not coming in, or then they're not coming in strong energies, because you're expecting in a relationship, and in behind that is the energies that you need to alchemize. Because when you're in your beautiful divine feminine energy, you know you're the creator. And you're just you're in your bubble, you're in your groove, and you know you don't need to seek outside of yourself. And this is the paradox. This is when the journey shifts. When you take everything off the table, there is a quote that I put up in the Facebook group yesterday from Abraham Hicks. When you remove basically everything off the table, that's when everything comes to you, because you don't want it, you don't need it, you're not expecting it. You just know you are it, and it'll just show up. And the details of the what, the when, the how are irrelevant to you. You just know it's done. You just let it go. And that's when you release all the resistance within the energy field. And that's when the abundance flows. That's when the masculine starts coming in consistent energy. And yes, it's all a process, okay? Let's just get super clear on that. Now, before I sign out of here, I want to say one more thing. We've got to drop the word time. When I hear it's been 2 years, it's been 5 years, it's been 10 years, I want you to shift into what season are you in? Because I'm in my thriving season. I've been in my thrashing around season, my ego death season, my, balancing my own beautiful energy season. I'm now in my thriving. I'm in my flow. I'm in my abundance. I'm in my union season, right? So I want you to shift, because remember, the soul does not operate in time. And when we attach time to something, there is energy, fear-based energy in behind it. The soul resides in the now. Okay? So key messages today. Your masculine is not here to have a relationship with you. Okay? It is a reunification of your soul. It is a soul connection. It is way deeper than what we believe or know a relationship to be. Yes, when you come into physical union, it can be perceived like that from the 3D perspective, but that's not what's playing out here. It's the energy, it's your soul, okay? And it's much, much deeper. What else do I want to say? Just have a think, maybe just sit with my words around, because I know that the masculine and feminine energies are key on this journey. I don't care what anyone else says, they play a pivotal role in learning what the difference is, and learning and really sitting with where are you at is really helpful. Because the idea here is you want to transmute all that fear, okay? You can get out of the mind, but are you still sitting in fear in your energy field, okay? Are you getting out of the mind because you're expecting something? Or are you out of the mind and in your own flow state, okay? Two very different things. And the other one is drop time and shift into season. Start asking yourself, what season are you in? And it doesn't matter what season you're in. You just know you're in that, and be in it and work with that season and release the attachments, the relationship, because that word relationship has a shit ton of fear-based energy in behind it. And this is a journey of unconditional love for self, and it is a journey of bringing into light all the denied parts of yourself, which is what the masculine brings forward. Even if they're not physically around, they still bring it forward. And it's about you coming into beautiful, balanced energy where you know you are your own galaxy. If you need some help and support, you know where to find me. It's so amazing to be back. Yes, I will do a video on my journeys. I'd love to share some pictures and just some of my little stories and some of my enlightening moments and some of the moments where I had to really be present and not get into reactive Kathleen mode. Anyway, as always, sending lots of love.